Good morning, guys. We're going to talk about lemon oil today. Sorry I wasn't able to get on yesterday, but I couldn't get my Facebook Live to work. And I'm actually struggling with it today. So if we have an issue and we get cut off, I'm just going to apologize now, and I will attempt it when I can figure out what's going on with the Wi-Fi around here. But hopefully we can make it through and with no issues. So lemon oil. First, let me introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. My name is Christina Campbell. I'm the mother of two beautiful children, wife to a surgeon, a very nice man, and I am also a physician. I have been practicing medicine for about 20 years, and I am board certified in emergency medicine. So lemon oil. So the thing that's different about lemon oil and the citrus oils is that they're cold pressed. So I just want to do sort of a little aside on that first really fast, because it does change how we use it, or at least things we need to be aware of. So there are three ways that we get our essential oils. The most common, and for most of our oils that we carry, it's steam distilled. And it's a proprietary process that preserves the oil to the best ability of the process, so that you don't lose any chemical constituents that can be helpful for our bodies. So, and you'll have to, I apologize, but I need my coffee this morning. Okay, so with the cold pressed oils, those are mostly citrus oils because they come from the rind of the citrus fruit. So for lemon, it comes from the rind of the lemon, and this matter is cold pressed. And because of that, it will maintain some proteins and some nitrogen complexes. And I'll get back to why that's important in a second. We also have a few extracts. And when I say extracts, I mean that the plant matter is essentially put into a medium, like alcohol or something else, that will extract the oil out of the plant matter to pull it out, as opposed to distilling it out or pressing it out. Okay, so with an extract, and the most common extract that a lot of us know, for those of us who cook and even those who don't, vanilla extract. Okay, that's an easy one. You take the vanilla bean, right, and you put it in alcohol of some kind. For me, I like it in rum, and I make my own, and it's delicious. Or you may buy it at the store, but it's really simple to make on your own. But that's an extract. So you're extracting out of the vanilla bean the essential oil into this liquid, and then you can use it. Okay, so the extracts that we have through our company are Anika, jasmine, and neroli. So those are all extracts and things that you need to be aware of. Okay, and the reason you need to know is because, again, it can still have protein and nitrogen complexes in that. And the reason that's important is when we start talking about allergic reactions and the potential for an allergic reaction. With any steam distilled oil, you're not going to get protein and nitrogen complexes distilled out. So you will not have that. You cannot have a legitimate allergic reaction to a steam distilled oil. It's not physically possible. This doesn't mean you can't have a skin reaction. Now that's totally different, but not an allergic reaction to where your body actually develops an immune response to a protein molecule that it doesn't like for whatever reason. So that's what we're talking about. So with citrus oils, that is still possible, and with extracts, that is still possible. And so you want to do a test. I like to do a spot test on your animal or your person that you're using it on. Just a Q-tip, draw a little bit of the oil, or even a diluted specimen, depending on how nervous you are, and in a small area that's easily covered by your clothing, and just a little dot there, and then leave it 24 hours and see what happens, or leave it a couple days and see what happens. And that way you can know whether you're going to have an allergic reaction to that or not. If you do not, then you can be okay knowing that you can probably use that oil. If you had it in a diluted sample, you may want to do a second spot test in a neat sample, or depending on the oil, or a slightly diluted sample as opposed to highly diluted, and just make sure you don't have a reaction to that, and then feel free to use it. The other thing to be aware of with citrus oils is they are photosensitizing. So for those of us like me who grew up in Florida and we put lemon all over our hair because we wanted to be blonde when we were clearly not blonde, we all know that the photosensitivity can actually work in your favor if you're looking for lighter hair. However, if you're putting it on your skin and you're going out, especially an essential oil, which is much higher concentration than the lemon things that we used to use. But if you're putting it on your skin, you need to be very careful. It takes about, for humans, it takes about 12 hours for any citrus oil to be absorbed across the skin and metabolized. So if you take that time frame, you can figure if you've put on a lemon essential oil in the morning, you really don't want to go to the beach and expose that skin to the sun. You're going to want to wait till the next day or much later, late in the afternoon, depending on how sensitive your skin is. So be very wary that that the citrus essential oils, all of them, are all photosensitizing. That being said, they are beautiful and wonderful oils that can be used. You just have to be aware. And same thing when you're using them on your animals, and that brings me to my point. So if you are spraying citrus oils or using citrus oils with your animals, you want to be careful, especially using them on animals that are outdoor animals or farm animals. You want to spray on their underbelly is the better place to go. And you want to be careful with it. So just want some things right off the bat I wanted you guys to be aware of. So as far as what lemon oil can do for you, it helps to promote a very healthy immune system. It promotes a healthy cell death and regeneration. And I'm wording it that way because it is in fact exactly what it does. And there's no way to contest that the constituents in it do that. I would highly recommend that you go on PubMed and look up lemon oil and anything else and see what you come up with. I am by the FDA, I'm not allowed to tell you these things, but you are able to go and look those things up on your own, and I really wish that you would, because you will find a wealth of information that is eye-opening. And honestly, lemon oil is one of the least expensive oils that we have. It's $11.25 for 300 drops. So if you're a member, that is, if you're on the wholesale membership. So pretty amazing. It also, I really need coffee this morning, you guys. It really supports healthy maintenance of a healthy weight. And it also aids the liver in detoxification processes. So those are the main things that lemon oil does. There are many, many, many others that you can look up, but this is sort of a generalization here, okay? The other thing that lemon oil is amazing at is getting out sticky stuff, sticky things. So gum in your hair, if your daughter or whatever put gum on your cat, which thank God has not ever happened to me yet because my cat really does not love citrus oils. But, or sap, if you're talking about outdoor animals, farm animals, horses, things like that, sap can get in their hair, in their mane, and can be really difficult to remove. Lemon oil diluted with a little V6 oil, it will do amazing things, and it's non-toxic. So you don't have to get out that, what is that stuff called? Gooby Gone or whatever. It's so chemical, toxic, and nasty, but it works great. You don't need it. Lemon oil. And I think it may even be less expensive for the amount that you use. But I haven't done the math, so don't quote me on that. Anyway, I use it for everything. Anything sticky that needs to be removed, lemon oil's there. I use it in my cleaners as well. It's great for cleaning, for adding a little cleaning power. I put it in my dishwasher, put it in the laundry. I use it for a lot of things. So those are some things for you to be aware of. Okay, so how we use lemon oil with birds. I talked a little bit the other day when we did the Facebook Live on the feather spray recipe. So the lemon oil is in there for those birds. So again, when you're using the feather spray recipe with your birds, you need to be aware that they may become photosensitive if there's an area where they've lost some feathers. So for fully feathered birds, it's not typically an issue because their skin is covered well. But if they have anything going on that they've lost some feathers, or there's an area where they have a bald area, you need to be aware of that. If they are going outside into full sun, or they're under full spectrum UV light, which we often use with our birds. So really important that you, thank you, Vanessa. I am. In fact, I think I might have got myself into more videos than I expected, and I'm just going to take my time. This class is going to last probably all month, but that's okay. We'll go through the entire kit, and it'll be great. And I think there'll be a lot of learning to be done, so it's good. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. So again, just be aware if you're using the spray recipe or using lemon oil with your birds or your exotics. with your birds, and they have an area of feathers that are missing, then you need to be careful. And you can do the feather spray recipe without the lemon oil until their feathers are better or back to where they should be. Okay, that's always a possibility. You can always omit an oil in a recipe, or replace it with something else that you think may be helpful, like frankincense, say. Okay. So as far as birds and exotics, you can use any of the water diffusion techniques, including caging and tenting. So lemon oil is fairly well accepted and safe oil with your animals. You can put it in their drinking water. You would start with a drop per liter of water. And in the food, you can add it to food. And same way, 1 drop per tablespoon of food to start with. And you go slow, and then you increase it as you find your animal is tolerating it or enjoying it. There is a species-specific raindrop, and you can add lemon oil to that. You can also add it to a tablespoon of that animal sense ointment. And we talked about that, I think, in the last video. I showed you what that ointment looked like. It's a really great barrier ointment. It has a lot of beautiful oils in it as well. But you can add lemon oil to that, or even layer it underneath, just so you know. But if you're doing that, again, be careful, because if your animals are going outside and you're putting it in with the animal sense ointment, the ointment itself will slow down the absorption of the lemon oil, so it will be on the skin longer. So understand, anytime you're adding a carrier oil, what you're doing is diluting the lemon oil, but you're slowing down the absorption process as well. So that's important to know, okay? Water spritzers, up to 20 drops in 4 ounces. We talked about that with the, but if you just wanted to do a water spritzer alone with lemon oil, you certainly could do that. You can pet your animals with it in your hands, a diluted amount in your hands for non-avian, so non-birds. So when you're talking about your other types of exotics. And then, of course, sometimes your animals will actually choose to lick it off your hands. So they're getting direct ingestion in that case. And I have had that happen with dogs. Dogs love lemon oil. And I have a few of my neighbors' dogs that like to lick that kind of things off of me. And grapefruit oil and cypress and things that I often get my legs bathed when I go over to Patty's house, because I wear my cypress and grapefruit blend on my legs. And lemongrass, I think it is. So Patchy loves that. All right. Anyway, I digress. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm really tired this morning, but I wanted to get this video out. So let's see. With cats, now cats have a tendency to be averse to citrus oils, but some are not. So you just have to find out what your cat likes and doesn't like. Lit aroma is a good way to use it. Lemon oil especially is a very refreshing scent, and it kind of helps your litter smell a lot better, and then your cat will be exposed to it as well. But again, you want to make sure when you're doing the lit aroma that you have a second litter box available. If you're just starting out or you're trying a new oil, you want to make sure that you have a second litter box with just your plain litter in it with no oils in it, so that the cat has a place to go, that he or she is happy. And then if they choose to go into the oil box, then you can get rid of the plain box. But just make sure, otherwise you'll have a big old mess on your hands. You don't want that. Okay? Petting with diluted oil. Now, my cat doesn't mind. Grapefruit is the only one, and I don't know if it's just because I wear it so often she's gotten used to it, but after it's been on my hands for quite a long time, she won't mind me petting it, where I can still smell it a little bit. But it's starting to fade for me. She doesn't mind it then, but right out of the bottle, forget it. She's gone. She's halfway across the house if I come anywhere near her. And it's probably just because of her sensitive smell. Okay. And then again, with lemon oil, the photosensitivity. So cats, if they have if their fur is full and healthy, and there's no areas where they have irritated areas or areas where parts of their fur has fallen off for any reason, then you should be okay applying it to them. But always be aware that it may be a better choice to apply it to their underbelly if they're going to be outdoor cats, or if they're going to go in and out, and they may be exposed to the sun. So their underbelly, cats do not expose their underbelly very often. That is not normal for a cat to do. So not very often anyway. And it's only in the presence usually of someone that they're very, very comfortable with. So they're not going to go outside and then lay on their back like dogs might. Okay, so typically that's a great place to put the lemon oil for cats. What are you doing? Hi, guess who's home? Photobomb by Anna. Okay, let's see, we talked about that. I want to make sure I covered all my points. So lemon oil with dogs and larger animals. All the diffusion methods that we've already talked about are okay to use. With food and water, same thing. You can add it to their food and water. Diluted topically, you can use it, but again, be careful. You may want to stay to the underbelly, especially with dogs and larger animals that are going to be outside. You can diffuse them in water and air diffusion methods as well. So if you're looking to have a more concentrated diffusion, an air diffusion method is a great way to go. And you can insert it into the species-specific raindrop therapy as well. So in that, it can be used on goats and horses and other large animals who may be exposed to the sun as well. But when you do that raindrop therapy, you're going to put the lemon oil on the underbelly, not across the spine like you normally would with raindrops. So that's how, if you were going to insert it into your species-specific raindrop for outdoor animals, that's how you would do it. Okay? All right. And with dogs, as far as adding it orally, 1 drop to 2 drops of V6 would be the mixture, the dilution ratio that you would want. And then you'd want to use 1 drop of that diluted mixture twice a day for each 20 pounds of dog or animal of dog. So if you had a 60-pound dog, you'd be using 3 drops of that mixture twice a day. All right. So that coffee started to kick in. My math is good this morning. And then with horses and other larger animals, a drop of the lemon oil to 200 per 200 pounds of animal. So depending on how large your horse is, that would tell you the dilution ratio. And then you can give that 1 drop twice a day to start with, okay? And then you can monitor and adjust that from there if you're giving it orally. All right, and that is what I have for lemon oil for you guys today. I'm going to try to get peppermint in this afternoon or later today, and then we will have covered all of the single oils in the starter kit. And then we will start hopefully tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow during the day, Monday, with the blends. And we'll just work through as best I can. I'll do 1 or 2 videos a day, hopefully at least 1 a day. Assuming my Wi-Fi stays with it, we're actually doing pretty good today. So I don't know what she's doing. She's a little bit crazy right now. I don't know. I haven't had enough coffee. I'm not ready. You guys say a prayer for me. So we have soccer games today. What else do we have today? We have graduation parties. We have, I don't even know. You guys, I'm going to go get more coffee. Okay. Have a wonderful day. I hope this video was helpful for you. Somebody's going to be in trouble when we get off this video. Hope these are helpful for you, and I will talk to you guys, see you guys soon. Karen, I'm so excited for you. I'm so glad you're on this morning. I'm so excited for you. I am totally rooting for you for with this scavenger hunt for convention. I want to see pictures of you with like all the awesome people. I'm so excited. And I'm a little bit jealous. I have to say I'm a little jealous right now because I really want to do this with you. Wish we could be there together. But maybe next year. Maybe next year we can do it together. That would be awesome. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. She's crazy. But we love her anyway. All right, you guys have a great day. Mwah. We'll talk to you later.